3, 2. Here we are, faced with another demo. While I've cut a few for myself in the past and several for others, I found myself at a loss when it came to this one. I sifted through hours of footage in hopes to find the best way to represent myself and my skills. Unfortunately, I simply found myself more and more frustrated as time went on.
It's the newest term for the newest synthetic drug.
They didn't think I would know this kind of stuff.
Things can be tiny, they can be wireless.
The creator of the posse, who calls himself Bolt.
The thought of cutting and subjecting you to yet another montage of video set to upbeat music seemed, well, wrong. So instead, I'll leave you with a few stories that I've done more recently.
Surveillance cameras are everywhere. If you're watching this anywhere outside of your home, you're probably being watched right now.
At least in public places, there's some kind of expectation. There's cameras everywhere.
But it's hidden cameras that have some people concerned. Just last month, Hertz admitted it's installed 60,000 cameras in its rental cars the company claims is a way to communicate with lost drivers.
Nowadays, things can be tiny, they can be wireless, right? They can have batteries that last an unbelievably large amount of time.
They can be hidden in almost anything. Pens, key fobs, purses, and they're hard to spot.
Unless you know what you're looking for.
Had a lot of friends killed by drunk drivers, seen a lot of families suffer as a result of impaired driving.
You might expect him to describe those drivers in less than flattering terms, but listen to this.
This is a crime that occurs where people simply make a bad decision, and we hope to hold them accountable and help them learn from that mistake.
Extra patrols are also underway in the East Valley and Phoenix. Across Arizona last year, officers arrested more than 29,000 people for DUI.
I feel like every day we make a difference.
About 1/3 of our calls that we'll get will be between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Nobody likes being broken down on the side of the road in the heat. I'm Jim Vollmer. I'm a fleet manager for the full service side of AAA Arizona. You get everything from tires to cars overheating. Cars don't like the heat, just like we don't like standing out in the heat. They sure don't like being in the heat. There's probably more tire calls in the summer than any other time of the year. If you don't have the correct air pressure in your tires on this hot pavement, tires have a tendency to let go more. The better you take care of your car, the more your car's going to take care of you.
This guy impaled himself on a metal fence. This man tried kicking in a police precinct door, and this person went streaking. The connection? Police say all three men were high on Flakka.
It's the newest term for the newest synthetic drug.
Stephanie Siete of Community Bridges, a nonprofit that helps those battling addiction, says these cases are concerning since they all happened in the past month.
That's what's scary is, here we go, another synthetic drugs, but it's the chemical cousin to bath salts.
All three are from Florida, but Siete says she wouldn't be surprised if those flying high on Flakka start popping up in Arizona.
Understand that just because it's not in Arizona yet, doesn't mean it can't be.
At first, patients become sometimes agitated and combative.
And then comes the heat.
Tremendous elevations in body temperature.
Which is why streaking appears pretty common when high on this stuff. But Dr. Stephen Curry with Banner University Medical Center says using Flakka could give you much more than just a rise in body temperature.
Low blood pressures, convulsions, kidney failure, bleeding disorders, and then finally death.
And those millions of attacks are being tracked online by something called the Norse Attack Map. It's tracking in real time where these cyber attacks are originating from and what and where they're targeting.
State servers hold your driver's license information, tax returns, birth certificates. The number of web-based attacks has tripled just within the past year.
Yes, it is a serious threat. We are concerned about those threats. We are concerned about the damage that those criminals can do. So we do take those attacks very seriously.
Payscale.com says salaries for men peak at age 48 at $95,000. But by age 39, women have already capped at $60,000. Experts we talked to say you have to do your research and you can't be afraid to negotiate.
It's based on your work ethic and how hard you strive and, you know, everything you put into it. It shouldn't be based on your sex, male or female.
Pam Coffey works in the mortgage lending business and says she doesn't experience a lot of anxiety when asking for a raise.
Just knowing that what I do and how I do my work, I know that I'm capable of, earning a raise, so I don't be scared to ask.
But she admits in her career she has noticed a stigma against female employees, especially ones with children.
I've experienced it. Sometimes you find a job that's flexible, and sometimes you don't.
75% of the time that women ask for a raise, who have properly done their research, they will get the raise.
Marie Sullivan with Arizona Women's Education and Employment says women tend to not take as many risks in their careers as men do. She says when applying for a job, make sure you research the position so you're making a fair wage to start.